यद अचक्षताता अचक्षताता अचक्ष अचक्षत atmana. So this is talking about the Chatushano. Chatushano are the four Kumaras. And what they did? Taptam, tapo. To create different planetary system, I had to undergo austerities and penances. Who is speaking? Brahma. Brahma ji is saying. To create different planetary system, I had to undergo austerity and penances. And the Lord, thus being pleased with me, incarnated as four Sanas: Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatan, and Sanat Kumar. In the previous creation, the spiritual truth was devastated. But the four Sanas explained it so nicely that the truth at once became clearly perceived by the sages. So the four Kumaras are also called as the incarnation of which Shakti? Which Shakti does these four Kumaras exhibit? Actually, it is there in the translation. If you pick it up. Bollier? Oh, what happened? Connection lost? No. What was the purpose of the Kumaras coming? Clearly established the spiritual truth which was lost at the end of the previous Kalpa. So which Shakti they are exhibiting? Jnana Shakti. Jnana Shakti. What Shakti does Brahmaji has? What Shakti Brahmaji exhibits? Brahmaji is also a Shakti Avatar. What Shakti he manifests? अरे ब्रह्मा जी क्या करते हैं? You don't know? What is the function of Brahma? Yes, Pranab?
सृष्टि शक्ति
Yes,
सृष्टि
Shakti. Very good. Shrishti Shakti. And Narad? Narad Muni? Purushottam?
भक्ति शक्ति भक्ति
Wait. Don't speak. Let others think. Purushottam? Narad Muni? बहुत बेसिक है, क्लास 1 का है. पहले ईयर में ये सब पता चल जाना चाहिए. 10 साल से कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस प्रैक्टिस कर रहे, क्या है ये नहीं पता. नारद मुनि के पास क्या शक्ति है, नहीं पता नारद मुनि के पास क्या शक्ति है. मनोराम?
Which actually Prabhuji has told, but it is Bhakti Shakti Prabhuji.
Yes, it is Bhakti Shakti. You have doubt?
No.
Then here the Bhakti Shakti. So these four Kumaras, they have the Gyan Shakti. The Vishnu Sahasranam prayers mentioned the Lord names as Sanat and Sanatan Atmaha. Sanatan Atma. The Lord and the living entities are both qualitatively Sanatan or eternal. But the Lord is Sanatana Tamaha, or eternally the superlative degree. And the living entities are positively Sanatana, but not superlatively. Because the living entities are apt to fall to the atmosphere of non-eternity. Therefore, the living entities are quantitatively different from the superlative Sanatana, the Lord. The word son is also used in the sense of charity. Therefore, when everything is given up in the charity unto the Lord reciprocates by giving himself unto the devotee. When this happens, when everything is given up in charity to the Lord reciprocates by giving himself to the devotee. Which incidence is this? What are the examples? Yes, Purushottam?
प्रभु लॉर्ड बामन देव
Yes, Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj. When Bali Maharaj gave everything, then the Lord became his doorkeeper. Vamandev became his doorkeeper. The Lord reciprocates by giving himself unto the devotee. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 4:11. Ye yatham mam prapadyante tam stateva bhajami ham. Brahmaji wanted to create the whole cosmic situation as it was in the previous millennium. And because in the last devastation, knowledge of the absolute truth was altogether erased from the universe. He desired that the same knowledge be renovated. Otherwise, there would be no meaning in the creation. In every millennium of creation, transcendental knowledge is the prime necessity if the ever-conditioned souls are to be given a chance for liberation. This mission of Brahmaji was fulfilled by the grace of the Lord when the four sanas, the Sanaka, Sanandan, Sanatan, and Sanat Kumar, appeared as his four sons. These four sanas were incarnation of the knowledge, here it comes, of the Supreme Lord. So they are the incarnation of knowledge of the Supreme Lord. So they are representing the Jnana Shakti. And as such, they explain transcendental knowledge so explicitly that all the sages could at once assimilate this knowledge without the least difficulty. By following in the footsteps of the four Kumaras, one can see the personality of Godhead within oneself. So out of the four bona fide Vaishnava Sampradaya, one of the Sampradaya is Kumar Sampradaya. Kumar Sampradaya. And who is the Acharya of Kumar Sampradaya? It's a simple question. Pranav, you have already answered. Ravinder, who is the Acharya of Kumar Sampradaya?
Nimbakacharya.
Yes, Nimbarkacharya. Dharmasya dakshya duhitara ajinastamurtayam narayano nara iti swatapa prabhavaha drishvatmano bhagavato niyamanvalopan devasya tva ananga prathana ghatitum nasekuhu. So the next incarnation, the sixth and seventh incarnation, who are they? Narayano Naro Iti Swaha. And what are their function? Tapah Prabhavaha. They are performing great austerities. To exhibit his personal way of austerity and penance, he appeared in twin form as Narayana and Nara in the womb of Murti, the wife of Dharma and the daughter of Daksha. Celestial beauties. How many daughters did Daksha had? How many daughters were there with Daksha? बोलो, ये बहुत बेसिक है, ऐसा बिल्कुल बेसिक पूछ रहा हूँ. सोनिका, how many daughters Daksha had? No one knows. Anyway, find out. It is very mystical. So, Narayana and Nara in the womb of Murti, the wife of Dharma and the daughter of Daksha. Celestial beauties, the companions of Cupid, went to try to break his vows, but they were unsuccessful. For they saw that many beauties like them were emanating from him, the personality of Godhead. What is the purpose of Nara and Narayana? To demonstrate how to perform austerity. The Lord, being the source of everything that be, is the origin of all austerities and penances also. Great vows of austerity are undertaken by sages to achieve success in self-realization. Human life is meant for such tapasya. With the great vow of celibacy or brahmacharya, in the rigid life of tapasya, there is no place for the association of women. And because human life is meant for tapasya, for self-realization, factual human civilization, as conceived by the system of Sanatan Dharma, or the school of 4 castes and 4 orders of life, prescribe rigid disassociation from women in 3 stages of life. In the order of gradual cultural development, one's life may be divided into 4 divisions: celibacy, household life, retirement, and renunciation. During the first stage of life, up to 25 years of age, a man may be trained as a brahmachari under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, just to understand that woman is the real binding force in material existence. If one wants to get freedom from the material bondage of conditioned life, he must get free from the attraction for the form of woman. Woman, or the fair sex, is the enchanting principle for the living entities, and the male form, especially in the human being, is meant for self-realization. The whole world is moving under the spell of womanly attraction, and as soon as the man becomes united with a woman, he at once becomes a victim of material bondage under a tight knot. The desires for lording it over the material world under the intoxication of false sense of lordships specifically begin just after there is man's unification with a woman. The desires for acquiring a house, possessing land, having children, and becoming prominent in society, the affection for community and the place of birth, and the hankering for wealth, which are all like phantasmagorias or illusionary dreams encumber a human being. And he is thus impeded in his progress towards self-realization, the real aim of life. A brahmachari or a boy from the age of 5 years, especially from the higher caste, namely the scholarly parents, the brahmanas, administrative parents, kshatriyas, or mercantile or productive parent vaishyas, he stayed until 25 years of age under the care of a bona fide guru or teacher. And under strict observance of discipline, he comes to understand the values of life, along with taking specific training for a livelihood. The brahmachari is then allowed to go home and enter household life and get married to a suitable woman. But there are many brahmacharis who do not go home to become householders, but continue the life of Naishtik brahmacharis without any connection with women. They accept the order of sannyas or the renounced order of life, knowing well that combination with a woman is an unnecessary burden that checks self-realization. Since sex desire is very strong at a certain age of life, the guru may allow the brahmachari to marry. This license is given to a brahmachari who is unable to continue the way of Naishtika brahmachari. And such discrimination are possible for the bona fide guru. A program of so-called family planning is needed. A householder who associates with a woman under scriptural restriction after a thorough training in brahmacharya cannot be householder like the cats and dogs. Such a householder after 50 years of age would retire from the association of women as a vanpas to be trained to live alone without the association of women. So Prabhupada is something. Even if one wants to be a householder, he should go through the training in brahmacharya. What is the result? That he will not become a graham, he will not become like cats and dogs. When the practice is complete, the same retired householder becomes a sannyasi, strictly separate from women, even from his married wife. From a study of the whole scheme of disassociation from women, it appears that a woman is a stumbling block for self-realization. For women, men, and for men, women. Same. And the Lord appeared as Narayan to teach the principle of womanly disassociation with a vow in life. The demigod, being envious of the austere life of the rigid brahmacharis, would try to cause them to break their vows by dispatching soldiers of Cupid. But in the case of the Lord, it became an unsuccessful attempt, while the celestial beauties saw that the Lord can produce innumerable such beauties by his mystic internal potency, and that there were consequently no need to be attracted by others externally. There is a common proverb that a confectioner is newer. Similarly, the Lord, by his pleasure potencies, can produce innumerable spiritual beauties and not be the least attracted by the false beauties of the material creation. One who does not know alleges foolishly that Lord Krishna enjoyed women in his Ras Leela and Vrindavan, or with 16,000 married wives at Dwarka. So I'll stop here. So far we covered seven incarnations. Who will repeat quickly? What are these 7 incarnations? Yes, Raman.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The
Hare Krishna.
first Leela avatar has been explained by Lord Brahma as Varahadev. He came to Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinasaya cha Duskita. He killed Hiranyaksha, the first demon. And then the next avatar is Sujagya, who was the son of Prajapati Ruchi and Mother Akuti.
Very good.
And And the third avatar is Kapila Muni, the son of Kardama Muni and Mother Devahuti, who came here to give the knowledge of self-realization to his mother. And now the Dattatreya, who is the son of Atri and Mother Anasuya. And the 5 number incarnation is for Kumaras. After being pleased with Lord Brahma, Supreme Lord himself came as the son of Lord Brahma as 4 Kumaras, who gave the knowledge of supreme truth. And they are the Jnana Shakti of Lord. And the next avatar are Naranarayana. Naranarayana are son of Murti, Dharma and Murti, who gave the principle how to perform austerities. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You summarized very nicely. Good. This is how hearing should be done, with heart. He never allows anything to spill off. It goes directly from the ears to the heart. Very good. Okay, any question or any discussion? Dayāśīl Prabhu is today also not present.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, he is in IARI.
Okay. When he comes, please ask him to speak to me. Okay. So we will close and continue Krishna willing. Tomorrow is Ekadashi. So everyone plan in such a way that you chant minimum 32 rounds. Okay. Sleep early. Don't eat. No need to eat after this. Already late. It is 9:15. If you eat, then you won't wake up. And then time will be lost in evacuating and taking bath and all those things. So try to plan so that tomorrow the schedule is free in the morning to be able to chant as much as possible. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. उपस्थित सभी भक्त